So we keep hearing horror stories about people getting kidnapped, minors who shouldn't be playing VRChat, and creepy dudes and women. But for the majority of players who aren't like that, we've heard countless stories of how others have made lifelong friends, gotten jobs, and even fell in love. Now, I've made a lot of really good friends from the internet, and it was actually one of my Discord homies that got me into VRChat. But one thing I want to point out is that compared to video calls where you can actually see what each other looks like, VRChat has a layer of anonymity with its wide variety of unique avatars. So this gets me thinking, should your expectations be different with 3D internet friends?
So hurry on by, I'll see you off with a smile. I'm used to being alone.
He's downstairs.
So I guess this is goodbye.
Wow, your voice is so beautiful.
That was great.
Oh.
Hey, happy meal. Do you guys feel like you have more in real life friends or more internet friends?
Hands down, internet.
I mean, I got more real life internet
Oh,
friends. Like,
he
Yeah,
touches
I'm the
grass.
Shun the non-believer.
No, dude.
VRChat makes it much easier to find like-minded people if you're into obscure things like computers.
I am autistic and chronically ill, so I have a very hard time being around people. But VRChat has given me the opportunity to be able to go into what I can perceive as like a bigger, crowded space and interact with people without having to drain my social battery or get overwhelmed really easily.
I'd say more internet friends for the simple fact I don't trust people IRL.
Ooh, why don't you
people
trust people IRL?
have too many masks. They try to act like this person they ain't.
Well, the month of May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy has issued a new advisory on loneliness as a health issue. In the report, Dr. Murthy warns that loneliness poses a health risk just as deadly as smoking.
I have a friend who I have known and been like best friends with him since like elementary school, and I don't even see him that much anymore because it's not sad, it's just we're adults. We have a lot more responsibilities to take care of, so it's a lot easier, so to say, to meet up with your online VR friends or anything compared to IRL.
Have you guys met any of your VR friends in real life?
no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, yes, no, yes.
There's a bit of a weird grace period when you first meet IRL for the first time, but after that, it's like, yeah, whatever.
The people from VRChat I have met, they have been like, they're just as nice in person as they are in VRChat.
As long as you like know that you are good friends in VRChat, I feel it translated to the real world. I don't.
Have you guys met up with your Discord friends in real life though?
Yeah, like
I
party
at my house
every summer with the
Does my real life friends using Discord count?
No, they've got to be exclusive.
work.
Okay.
I've met my previous ex who was from this game. We started off as friends and we ended up meeting IRL and we ended up getting together and we lived together. And I'm currently living with my current partner who I actually met on this game as well.
Yeah?
Yep, he's my roommate now.
Oh, he's your roommate. Okay. Was meeting your friends in real life different than meeting your other internet friends?
Not really. It's just always the same base awkwardness, but I don't see really a difference.
Oh, 100%. In real life, there's way too many, in my opinion, social cues that I have to consciously pay attention to. In VR, you have to be more expressive, or you have to like say what you're feeling more intensely because you don't have the same like facial expressions, or even with PC players, like the movement expressions.
I think there's definitely more interaction involved with meeting people in VRChat. Discord, it's just text. You don't really get to know people's mannerisms, patterns, and behaviors.
What about video chat on Discord? Is that different?
Oh, I never use video chat, so that's probably why, I guess.
Like, my best friend and I, like, we met on Halo 3 when we were 13, and we discovered, like, 2 years later that we lived in, within, like, a 40-minute area of each other. It took us, like, 10 years to actually meet each other. And then we hung out a couple times, and then we both kind of just came to a realization that our friendship is actually better online.
Yo, bro. Holy fuck.
And neither of us were like we were homebodies to the core, so it just didn't really make sense for us to go out of our way and just do the same thing that we could do over the screen.
Can't be rude with you, bro.
You needed weed. That kind of sounds like one of my first date stories.
What's stopping you from meeting with your VR homies?
Just a lot of distance between
Money.
You know,
I'm really
I
scared
think
of
the
planes.
longest.
You're scared of planes, actually?
What if they crash and I die?
You know what? That is a real You've been seeing those Boeing planes recently? They're not holding up, man.
Oh no.
Don't even get me started on the Boeing
At
plane.
least you'll die chasing something that you want to do with your life. I died because of VRChat.
What's the question, Dwaddles? I wanna answer the question.
All right. Should you meet your VR friends in real life?
I did it, and they're my best friends in real life now, and we don't even play VRChat together anymore. Back then, we hanged out in VRChat because we couldn't hang out in real life. No, we hang out in real life, so we don't need to hang out in VRChat.
How do you know if your VR friends are being authentic?
If you're really good at tonal cues.
It's mainly just like a body language. Voice is a lot of a hard, difficult thing to tell. Just like specifically my voice. A lot of people are like, oh, that's a fake voice, or that's a voice changer, or something or other. I'm currently up-pitching my voice.
You're up-pitching your voice?
And I am up-pitching my voice.
Okay. Can you hit us with your actual voice, though?
This is about as close as it gets to my natural voice. Normally what I use whenever there's a bigger group of people, when it's a lot louder, is this. This is what I actually use. So people can actually hear me.
But I don't know, like, I think the great thing about VRChat is you don't get to know people based off of what they look like. You get to know them based off their personality. So after you see what they look like, it doesn't matter.
With the way you're able to adjust, especially like brightness and sound, it's definitely a safer place to try to do almost exposure therapy. And also it's easier to find other autistic people online.
Do you guys have more in real life friends or VR friends?
At this point, because I run a business on here, VRChat. But I do have a lot of IRL friends.
Same answer as Pear, honestly. It's very much so. I run a lot of my business on here, and so I make a lot of connections. Therefore, I make a lot more friends on here, and it's more accessible than physically going out.
It's always fun.
I'm French. I'm the only one French.
Is there a problem with French people now?
Is it always the French?
Is there? Yes, it is.
Why is it always the French?
Because they woke up and say bonjour, je veux un croissant.
Hello,
It's
I want
like,
a croissant.
Hello, I want a croissant.
How do you know if your VR friends are actually being authentic with you?
It's trust in humanity.
The thing with like neurodivergent autistic people is that it's almost like a radar, like we can just connect with each other, and it's really easy to find other people probably are already autistic because they're looking for a safe space.
That makes sense. You mentioned you had an autism radar. Is it going off with me right now? What is your radar saying?
Maybe like on the verge, but I don't think you have autism simply because how do I put this? The way you're speaking and your understanding of social cues and how you're reacting to me talking about how I have to be conscious of social cues is kind of a giveaway for me. You might have ADHD, but not quite.